Hey, my name is Josh Colby with Atom Audio, and today we're going to go through gain staging. First things first, we're going to look at a vocal track today, and we want to get this gain staging to be nice enough so it's going to play nice with the plugins I'm going to put on it, for any processing and to give us headroom. So we're going to take a look. We're just going to see what the source is doing. So let's take a listen.
You'll never understand, you'll never realize my love was true.
Okay, so as we look in the meter over here, we're in a pretty good spot. It's still hovering around green. It's still giving me plenty of headroom. I don't see nothing's clipping and stuff like that. So for example, if we did want to introduce more gain and we felt it was necessary, or if we need to dial it back a little bit, there's many ways you can do it. A good starting point, if you have clip gain in your DAW, you can adjust it right here. It's nice. You don't have to worry about dealing with additional plugins. You can just set it right here. You kind of set it, forget it. So I'll show you what that looks like.
You'll never understand, you'll never realize my love was true.
As you can see, you can tell the input increase. You can tell if it's too hot, too low, and stuff like that. So now we've got our gain staging set up to where I would be happy with it. So for me, I was happy with it right at 0 dB, gave me plenty of headroom, but it was still a nice enough signal going in. So let's start what I would do. So first things first with the EQ, to kind of do some filtering or just cleaning it up a little bit. So let's use a basic stock EQ. And this is where gain staging still continues through the process. So don't forget about the beginning part. That's important. We got to remember what's going to happen as we make adjustments or anything. So let's see what we're doing with our EQ right now.
You'll never understand, you'll never realize my love was true. You'll say anything to rewind time.
So as you can see, the filtering didn't affect too much of it. But what if I want to boost a little top end? Give a little sparkle to it, or just air to the vocal. That can affect the gain staging. That's where it's really important. So we'll adjust and I'll show you what happens.
You'll never understand, you'll never realize my love was true. You'll say anything.
As you can see, there's parts of the vocal where it's going above the input stage. So if we want to pull it back just to kind of offset. Some plugins, some EQs do have like auto gain on it, which is really nice too. You can engage that, so you don't have to think about it. It just kind of does it. That's a lot of EQ, but that's an example there. Just that's where it's so important to watch all that stuff. So say if we want to add, I'm going to do my compressor next. So let's add 1176 on there. This is another important part too. How much input we put for the compression, it's going to affect the output gain structure as well. So
you'll never understand, you'll never realize my love was true.
So as you can see where the compression, just standard how I keep them, we definitely have more gain on the output. So we can either run with that if we feel it's comfortable, or if we want to pull it back just to keep continuously giving ourselves headroom, especially if we are going to do any additional EQ or any kind of other boosting that's going to affect the gain.
You'll never understand, you'll never realize my love was true. You'll say anything to rewind.
So there we go. So now we're still keeping our gain really nice, keeping us headroom, and we're just hearing the compression. There's nothing wrong with if you need to add more gain sometimes, you totally can't do that too. This is all about gain staging. It's adding or subtracting, but ensuring that you have your headroom and enough room to play with when you do additional processing on the back end. So that is the basis of gain staging. It's important to look at it at the beginning and even towards the end, and what your plugins are doing with it too, especially EQ or compression or anything, that they're going to affect the gain stage in many ways.